Are you tired of guessing what your audience wants? Well, Answer Socrates is the answer because it has all the questions that your ideal audience is typing into Google. Okay, so as an expert, you could be brand spanking new as a coach, a strategist, a consultant. You know that you need to create content, create videos in particular, especially for YouTube. And you know that you need to be able to create this content in a manner where it's answering the questions that your ideal audience is asking. The only problem is you have absolutely no idea what they're asking, not because you've never done this before, but because you get overwhelmed by the plethora of things that are going on in your head. And as an expert, you're not going to ask the questions that your ideal audience is actually asking. You may have the answer, but you don't know exactly how they're framing the question. So you need to do your due diligence and you need to do research. What's the fastest way to do that? Go to AnswerSocrates.com. What I found with this tool is that it actually does help you identify the specific questions that people are Googling, as well as going on to social media platforms and asking. Those questions are even more insightful. And so it saves you a tremendous amount of time in order for you to find out exactly what your audience wants so that you can create the specific video or specific blog post or social media post that your ideal audience needs to see from you. So let's hop on over to AnswerSocrates.com so you can see what I'm talking about. So in order to get started for free, you just have to sign up, and you can sign up either with your email or with your Gmail. I've already got a client, I've already got an account, so I'm just going to sign in. But before I do that, let me just share with you what you're going to get as a free account. You're going to get up to 5 searches a day. You're going to get 1 recursive search per day and up to 3,000 clusters of credits per month. Now, I wasn't familiar with what recursive was, and maybe there's some smart people out there that know that automatically, and I wasn't quite familiar with the term cluster credits. So recursive essentially, because I did dabble in this a little bit before I decided to do this video, it essentially means another term that you're using for the topic that you're searching for. So whatever that 2-word-ish, 1 to 2 word topic is there another way that maybe another group of people or another set of people might say something? For example, maybe there's terms that you'll use with your colleagues that mean one thing, and the same thing is spoken about by lay people or us regular folks in a different manner. You want to also include that, so that's what a recursive search is for. A cluster credits is basically you get all of the different types of ways that you can ask that question in a cluster, and that's deducted from your monthly total. I'm going to go through the prices in a second as well, but before I do, I just wanted to go over their website. So as it plainly states here, you have answers, we have questions. Discover the questions people are asking on Google about almost any topic and for free. So here are some frequently asked questions. There's really only 3. This is very, very simple, this platform. So what is this for? Socrates discovers questions that real people are asking on Google to help you write a thorough research-based article, answer every possible question about your product, brainstorm ideas, and gain deeper insight on almost any topic. And I would also state that it's a great tool to use in order for you to create content for your videos, particularly if you've decided that you want to focus on answering questions that are common and frequently asked by your ideal audience. Who's this for? Obviously writers, if you're doing a blog or any kind of an article, or perhaps I guess if you're writing a book. If you're an SEO expert, this is probably going to be a tool that you can use. Researchers and question enthusiasts, as well as video content creators. And how does it work? They combine brute force of Google Suggest, people also asked featured questions, and Google Trends data to show you relevant and interesting questions. So let's get started. So it's pretty simple. You have a topic, a country, language, and then you search. You get a number of free searches per day if you have signed up. If you do not, you only get 1. So all you need to do is sign up. I'm just simply going to sign in. And I can't remember how many searches I've done for the day, but if you need to, you just go to this tab with the arrows, and I can see that I have 3 left for my keywords, and then 1 recursive because I haven't used that yet. And I have about 2005 credits left for my keyword clusters. So we're going to start here, and let's think of a term. I was doing, in the test ones that I was doing like different types of abuse. So I've done legal abuse, I've done financial abuse. Let's do emotional abuse. And then we will do a search. For this particular term, there's 1,038 questions. Some that are also questions that people are asking is, what are 5 signs of emotional abuse? That could be a video. What is defined as emotional abuse? What are the 5 stages of emotional abuse? And what is the emotional abuse cycle? Now, the other thing that it will tell you is if it's trending and how it's trending. Now, this happens to be trending up +1. Most of the ones that I've been searching so far in the tests that I've been doing have been 0. And I'm going to share with you what I would say if this was 0. It doesn't matter whether this is plus anything or 0. If you are an entrepreneur or a business owner that wants to use videos specifically to educate and inform your audience so that they have the information that they need so that they can make the right decisions for them, whether it's working with you or using a particular tool, product, software, whatever it is that you're marketing, or just educating you in general, or just educating them in general, it won't matter whether the topic is trending. And the reason for that is typically if you are trying to create frequently asked questions, which basically that's what this tool would be used for. And if that's your goal, and there are plenty of people that built very, very successful YouTube channels on frequently asked questions, then it won't matter whether that topic is trending or not, because you really want to ask or answer questions that are evergreen, meaning that as new people come in, they're always going to be looking for answers to these questions. So the questions won't ever get old, and the answers to the questions won't change dramatically because there won't be any trending. Maybe there might be nuances in terms of the way in which you approach it, or things that you can do to help you solve whatever it is that might be tweaked a little bit. But for the most part, the actual question will always be asked. So that doesn't ever go out of style, so you won't have to worry about Google Trends. If you're using this for something other than an evergreen content, then you'll want to see what the trending atmosphere is like, and you can get that information from here. The next section is all of the different types of questions. So it automatically defaults here to your questions, and they are questions, can I, can, how to, how do, how, should I, should, what, when, where are, where is, where, which, who, why, and you can, and will. I wasn't going to go any further of that any more than that. So every type of question is listed here. So you can go through this and decide whether or not this is going to meet your standards. And if it does, you can just simply come up here, click on download CSV, and download the file onto your computer. You can click here if you want to get cluster keywords, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. But before I do, I want to go over in this section. I've really only looked at these first 3 types of questions. I don't concern myself with prepositions, which is basically, let's click on that. So these are all prepositions that are used in the keyword term. These are comparisons and, compared, like. Sometimes they have versus or similar. In the past, does emotional abuse need to be reported? Letters, this is basically by alphabet, and then query. This is just for emotional abuse and the different ways that you can query it. I usually just look at the first 3 sections. That's what, not that I've been using this that long, but that's what I've kind of resorted to because I like the questions and the social media questions. This actually counts as one search. So if you're in the free account, you're only getting 5. So if you've already used one for coming on to this right now, then you'll be using another one if you select social media questions. To me, there are vastly different ways that people will query something or ask a question on social media versus what they will type in on Google or on YouTube. So depending on what the term is, I would definitely want to do that. So in order for you to select that, you can come here to generate. I think I might have only 2 questions left. Let's see. Yep, I only have 2 left, as you can see, and I still have a recursive one left. So there's 21 questions. As you can see, these questions are more detailed than what you would see typically on Google. And that's because usually these people are in groups and they're having very, very targeted and very specific pain points that they need to address. So if this was a topic that you wanted to talk about, here are a plethora of titles that you would be able to speak on. The other one that is now going to take away this point is your recursive search. So just so that we can see what that is, let's generate that. And so the recursive questions, there's 279 of those. And so as you can see, the original topic was emotional abuse. So you can tell from the very first one, what is emotional neglect? That is also another way of talking about emotional abuse. Psychological abuse could be another term that some people may use instead of saying emotional abuse. And then these are just other types of questions that would go along with emotional abuse that may be more detailed than what was listed under just questions. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Now let's look at the cluster keywords. Now I don't know if there is a difference between clustering under recursive and clustering under the generic one. So let's do that. You can see what the amount of credits are that are required for this. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to see this one's less. So let's proceed and use that. And again, this takes away from your overall total. So you can see now I went down from 2005 to 1,447. That will replenish at the end of the month. So this is the clustering metrics. And again, you can download this to your computer. Total number of keywords, clustered keywords, the number of topics, the clustered percentage, and unclustered keywords. So now you can see what is emotional neglect, how to fix emotional neglect, how long does it take to heal from emotional abuse. So it's really... it gives you more. There are just so many ways that you can really dive in and do the research that you need in order for you to create the content that you want. Now, the way that I also see this benefiting is if you've recognized that you need to become known for whatever it is that you're an expert at. So in this instance, let's say that you're some sort of a therapist that specializes in emotional abuse or emotional neglect or whatever the terminology is. You want to go in on that and really stick to what you know. And sometimes if we don't have a tool like this, you may be just sitting there racking your brains trying to figure out, how am I going to come up with a year's worth, or even if it's just one video a week, that's 52 topics in a year on this particular thing. And it sometimes can just get you, going bonkers. And a tool like Answer Socrates, I think, is probably the best tool that you can use to answer these types or to get the questions for your answers. Because remember, we as experts have the answers our ideal audience needs. What our job is to identify and understand the questions that they are asking in order for us to be able to answer them. And the fastest, easiest way, if you do not already have a community that you can go to. If you don't already have a slew of clients that you've helped and you've already curated those questions for yourself, then Answer Socrates is a really good tool that you can use. Personally, from what I've used it as, and I'm only on the free version, I'm about to get on to the paid version and do a little bit more damage. Comparing that to the free version of Answer the Public, I personally prefer Answer Socrates. I know that Neil Patel has either become part owner or he's bought Answer the Public, and it's gotten in some more bells and whistles because he's combined his platform with Answer the Public. So I do understand that you can get completely different and much more enhanced analytical information from Answer the Public, but from just the surface of just needing to know what content I want to create and even getting an idea of whether that content is trending or not, AnswerSocrates.com is the way to go. And you can't beat the free version of getting 5 searches a month. But let's look at the prices so that you can see. So for free, you get unlimited CSV downloads, 5 searches a day, 1 recursive search a day, and 3,000 credits per month. For 500 searches and 100 recursives, you get to pay $29 a month. And I'm going to guess, yeah, this is monthly. So you can pay when you need it. So it might be a period of time where you're going to be needing a lot of searches done and you just want to knock it all out. You can just pay $29 for the month, get everything out, and then you can move on and come back when you need it. And if you need more than that, then you can move up to the $49 per month subscription. If you want to see what the yearly prices are for the Seneca, it's $279, and for Aurelius, I'm not a Greek person, so sorry, $379 per year. So I think that it's definitely worth testing out, trying it for free, and then upgrading if you feel that it's something that you're going to be needing to use, particularly if you're writing a lot of articles, if you're creating content on a consistent basis, and 5 searches a day just isn't enough, because 5 searches a day minimum is 5 videos. And so maybe you might be able to get away with that. But that's if you're really certain on what the topics are. If you're not really clear, then you might need to upgrade. And the fact that they offer a monthly as well as a yearly subscription, I think is pretty darn good. So anyway, I look forward to hearing what your thoughts are. I'm going to play around with this a lot more. I love testing out new, simple, and easy tools that I can use for video creation or for marketing purposes, and I hope you enjoy them as well. If there are any tools that you've heard of that you would like me to test out for you, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.